Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. On this lesson we're going to continue to flesh out the damage effects. I'm actually going to begin by creating a few more variables, not too many. I originally was planning or had planned to put these in the functions we'll create down here, but I thought no, probably better off just defining them up the top here with the rest of the variables, so we'll go ahead and do that. The first one is going to be private int underscore sparks POS for position timer. So let's close that line off and we'll put defines naming convention for the sparks positional timer, and the next two ints I'll make as public. They can be ints as well. We're going to say sparks timer min value, and I'm going to make mine equal to 2. So as normal, you will have to experiment with these values to find one that suits your project. So please feel free to experiment, but for now let's get this into the comments. Defines the min value for the sparks timer. Let's just copy and paste that in, and of course we'll change min to max. We'll make the max equals to 5. And next we'll create of type public float. We're going to say sparks modifier y. I'll make it equal to 0.25f. Into the comments defines the sparks modifier value for the y axis. So let's just copy that line, and we're going to do it for the x-axis, and I'm going to just make that 0.1. We don't need to do the z-axis. Due to our characters only being able to move in a 2D plane. So that's all we need to do, and finally we're going to define, in fact we can make this type private, vector3 underscore current position defines naming convention for variable to store the current game objects position, and that is the last of the variables. And let's come down, and again I'm going to put this in the void start. So I wasn't going to have these lines to begin with, but I think they just make life or should make life easier. So I'm just going to use underscore light sparks dot transform dot, and I'm going to use local position because I want these to be placed in the position relative to its parent game object, in this case the opponent. And that's going to equal a new vector 3. Open and close brackets, 0, comma, and I'm going to use 0.75f. Now this is a value that again suits the models I am using. While I would suggest using 0 for the x and z axis, the y value you will need to experiment, so just be aware of that. So I'm quickly just going to put this into the comments. So we're setting the game object's transform in relation to the opponent equal to new vector 3 and I'm just going to put values in comma. I think that should be more than enough. But of course you can fill that out and put all 3 values if you want. So I'm just going to copy and paste this in 3 more times. And of course we're going to do this for each of the particle systems. So dense sparks. And then of course we want the light smoke, which is going to be followed by the heavy smoke. So I'll just save that off. I'm just going to downsize Visual Studio, and I'm just going to come to the black robot alt. This is the one that I've been working on. So I've just created the 4 particle systems: dense and light sparks, light and heavy smoke. Attach them as childs to the black robot alt game model. And then I've just gone ahead and assigned them in the inspector. I've made no changes to code. I've just created the particle systems. And again, if you want me to do a lesson on creating these particle systems, please just let me know in the comments and I'll be happy to do so. Of course, I find dragging the model into the scene to do this the easiest way to actually make these changes. Just remember to go to overrides. Obviously when you make changes there'll be an apply all here. Hit the apply all and then you can just delete that from the scene. Now we'll return to the code, and the final thing to do in the void start is the sparks positional timer is going to equal a random range. So we'll open and close brackets. Inside the brackets is going to be between the sparks timer min value, comma, the sparks timer max value, and then we'll just put that into the comments. So to equal a random value between the min and max values, and that's all we're going to do for the void star for now. And in fact, let's come down to the bottom of the script and we're going to create some new functions. So let's begin with private void, and I'll give this a naming convention of damage effects, open and close brackets, open and close again. We'll create a type private again. This one's going to be IEnumerator, and we'll name this sparks timer, open and close brackets, open and close again, and so we don't get the error, we'll just return one value for now. Yield return new, wait for seconds, brackets, close the line off, inside the brackets the sparks positional timer, and I'll quickly put this into the comments, wait for seconds as defined by the sparks pos timer, and I'll create a type private void again, and I'm just going to name this sparks position, open and close brackets, open and close again. And let's come up to the void update. Now this needs to go right at the very top of the function, so please be aware it is important that this goes first, where we call the damage effect function. And I'll quickly put that into the comments. And we'll save that off, and I think we'll leave it there for this video. We're getting more things in place. In the next video we will actually get around to filling out these functions. Again, I was going to do it in this video, but I thought no, it's much more cleaner and better to get all the other variables into position up the top. So yeah, it's taken an extra video, but I think the script flows better because of that, and we'll pick this up in the very next lesson. So, as always, until next time, bye for now.